Hi, my name is Marco Thompson. I'm here to introduce financial technology company Approved. I've been involved with 80 or 100 companies in the last 30 years, startups here in San Diego. And you know, there's some that go well, and there are some that don't go so well. And you notice the common trends on the ones that go well. There's some lightning in a bottle combination of people, opportunity, technology, market timing. So what is the perfect recipe for a startup? Well, I think all startups need to have guys that know how to sell stuff and guys that know how to build stuff. And the two guys that started this company spent 20 years up in the Bay Area doing exactly that. They were there for the last 20 years of building the internet infrastructure in the financial technology business. They've worked at Apple, they've worked at AMD, they've worked at EA. So they've got the experience covered. Then you've got to find a space, an interesting space. How many people in the room have had to get a mortgage in the last 2 years? Put up your hands. All right. Was there any paper involved in that process? Was there any pain involved in that process? There's 6 million mortgages done a year, and it's one of the last financial technology problems to be solved in terms of the paperwork and the process automation behind that. So they found a space. They sprinkled in a little bit of domain expertise. The two guys came out of Redfin. If you're knowledgeable about the space, Redfin is kind of the company in the real estate technology space. It's the guy that did the product definition and the guy that built the product. Okay, check, check. Most important step, move from the Bay Area to San Diego to be part of this great infrastructure and ecosystem here. And they've done that. So with that, I'll introduce Andy Taylor.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Hello. My name is Andy Taylor. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Approved. Thanks for having me. If anyone in this room has ever bought a house or refinanced, you know the story that I'm about to tell to be true, which is getting a home loan is a painful and tedious process. You're going to be talking with a loan officer. They're going to want an entire financial life, your entire history down on paper. And once you have that reams of documents, you're going to have to figure out how are you going to get that to the loan officer. Are you going to physically carry it into their office? Or are you going to digitize it and email it to them? It's a horrible idea, very insecure. Or are you going to use one of these things? And before you laugh, you have to take note that actually 20-30% of all mortgages in the United States actually still use a fax machine. It's just pure insanity. And so despite the fact that it takes a really long time to get a home loan, this manual process ends up costing lenders a whole heck of a lot of money, to the tune of about $7,500 every single loan. Every single loan. $45 billion a year is spent on loan production overhead, just waste to do this paper process. Now, J.D. Powers did a study last year, and they showed that 71% of millennial homebuyers would rather go to the dentist than talk to a loan officer on the telephone. And clearly there's a disconnect in user expectation that's going on here. And so what are we doing about it? Well, Approved is building a platform that allows any lender, big or small, to streamline their loan application, to automate the document collection process and the approval process, bringing it down from something that takes about a couple weeks to something that can be done in minutes. And we do it through technology. Instead of chasing down paper, we allow our buyers to provide their online banking credentials. Approved goes out and we do the heavy lifting. We grab the documents for them. Now, this is the Uniform Residential Loan Application, otherwise known as the 1003. It was produced by Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac about 20 years ago, and it hasn't changed very much. It looks rather simple, but there's actually 14,000 different ways of filling this out because it is, after all, the Uniform Residential Loan Application. If you were to simply take that form and put it up online, which a lot of people do, no one's ever going to fill that thing out correctly. It's just a horribly inefficient thing to do. And so what Approved does instead is, well, we take the documents that we've gathered electronically, we use the information to automatically fill out as much of that as we can before the user even sees it in the first place. Now, where are we? Let's see here. We are building out our phase one. We're building out a solid originator base. We're pulling together small to medium-sized lenders who otherwise could probably barely get a website up and running. And we're connecting them with a millennial homebuyer that really has the expectation that getting a home loan is going to be as easy to use as Instagram. And we're seeing some really good results. We're seeing a reduction in total doc collection time by about 50%. And we're seeing a marked improvement in the rate at which those buyers end up going with the lender when all is said and done. We've created a really elegant lender dashboard that allows the lenders to request documents electronically, and an equally beautiful client dashboard that you can use to submit your documents either mobilely or on desktop. We have 10 lenders and brokers in our first month that are paying us money to actually use this, which is great. It's been largely word of mouth, small amount of paid spend. So if there are any brokers or lenders in this room, or you know anyone, come find me afterwards, and I would love to put them in the bleeding edge. There are any number of different directions where we could take this, from other loan types to connecting buyers just in time to basically providing an approved briefcase. And you imagine if you have your entire financial life in the cloud living virtually, we're creating a situation where you can approve yourself against 1,000 lenders just as easily as you could one lender. And that's a fundamental game changer in terms of the way things work now. Nav and I have 14 years of combined real estate technology experience. At our time at Redfin, we got to know buyers, sellers at a deeply intimate level. We know their hopes, dreams, fears, and we're confident that what we're building is going to solve a real problem that they're facing each and every day. Now, we have been bootstrapping for the past year, and as much as we love the taste of ramen, we're out now raising a proper seed so that we can move from pilot to production. And if you have any investor friends or you're an investor yourself, come find me afterwards. I'd love to take you on a fun adventure, and we can change the world together. Thank you very much.